I am, well, I got to haul 2 more loads of corn this morning, then I'll be done with our March contracts. Still got April left, but I'll get the March done anyway. I was letting the truck warm up. I came in here and I replaced every one of the closing arms, bushings right here. Some of them were, here, hold on. Some of them were completely broke, as you can see. There's pieces of them. And a lot of them had, see the grooves worn in them? And it's supposed to be flat. There's another one. So I replaced each one of them. I got to give a shout out to Gary, our salesman. John Deere had I guess they had a demonstration of the new 530 drills, air drills. So we went and looked at it. And then they were showing the new electric row units that come through that you can swap out for these planters. And so I went over to that class the other day, looked at it, and I went up to the parts counter and I wanted to get some of these for the ones that were bad, and he asked what I was doing. So I told him that, you know, a lot of them were completely busted when I was putting and I'm glad I pulled them off. Normally they just want you to pull the whole unit of the back closing system off to put the bandits on, but I took everything apart to put them on, and that's how I found out they were all bad. I told him, I said, look, a lot of them are busted, a lot of them are really worn out. And he was like, we'll take care of it, get what you need. And he told the girl at the parts counter that John Deere would take care of it. So, you know, he said, I wanted to plan it right for you guys, so we got them. I just put them on. I had some time while the truck was warming up, and it wasn't hard to do. I hurried up and put them on, and now that's complete. So all I got left now is to put the no-till coulters on, and I'm thinking I had to put a couple washers in here for the wheels. I think that they might be a little close for the openers. I think these are going to be over just a little too bit. So I'm going to put like 3 or 4 washers to kind of move them out a little bit so they're not so close to the seed trench. So the angle really hits the outside of that trench and punches it closed good. So I'm going to get some washers and move it out on each one of these. I don't have to do it with them, just on this side. And that'll just get it away a little bit, and I think that's going to be perfect. So, and then I got to take the units off. They want me to bring the units over. They want to run them. They got a tester over there. They're going to run them. And if they got problems with the seals, they're going to put a new seal. They're just going to make sure the units are planting exactly what they're supposed to be planting. So I'll probably take them off later on today. And yeah, so that's what's going to be happening. All for corn this morning. That's what I'm getting ready to do right now. 2 loads shouldn't take me long, depends on Tyson. But like I said, I don't think it'll take me long at all to get these 2 knocked out. Unloading. Well, we're getting lime applied to the new farm, Martin Limestone. Everybody knows them around here. You got 1 truck there, and then you got 1 truck behind these houses. And I'm not actually sure the lime that they're putting on, if it's high cal, high mag, because Dad got it lined up. So we're just over here making sure they don't get stuck. It's pretty dry. I mean, we've had rains, but it's not like wet. I think they'd be fine. I think it's supposed to rain tonight, so that'll be perfect. I think it's supposed to be a light rain, so it'll kind of wash it all in there. he got over in that field. I didn't know he'd get over there. Now it is a little wet up against the edge of the woods where I disted it. But we got the big 8-wheeler ready if they get stuck, we told him. Them boys do a lot of acres. I think we can just make it down the edge of that woods, it'll be fine. Yep, he's good. He's good the rest of it. When we ripped the trees out, excavator, you know, the tracks tore up a little bit from a swipe around the edge of the woods, so I went around there and disted it and leveled it back off. I like them, they're bagging up in the corners and everything. They make sure they cover all of it. There's the other one. Peterbilt and the Kenworth. So that's what they're doing, getting it limed. When I'm not farming, I am ripping out our kitchen. I gotta rip that out. That's what's left. And the ceiling, put new back. This was an old back stairway that went up. It's gone. Good morning. Well, I should say good afternoon. Not much going on. I washed the Peterbilt that I was hauling corn with. I don't have any more corn to haul until April. Of course, they might let me haul some in March and get it done. Not much other than that, not much going on. Just piddling with the planter, a little here and there stuff. I did get my name up there. And then I got the B&R Farms on the other side. Kind of like that. Can't really see it too well like that. I guess it's backwards in the camera. But just little stuff I like to do. Oh, these planters are way up in the air. You don't realize it until you gotta climb up there. Got everything done. I did get some spacers. Here, I'll show you. I did go get a couple spacers to put in here. Instead of getting a bunch of washers to do it, there's a spacer in there and a washer. I got another spacer to bring this over, to bring it over that way a little bit. That way that this isn't on top of the trench, it's more on the side of the trench. So I got to put them on. But everything's pretty much done with it on my end. John Deere, still waiting on them to come down. They're gonna hook all the lines and everything up and get that done. And I did put all the coulters on too. All the brand new no-till coulters. I got all of them on, and we found out that, as you can see, all brand new coulters all the way through her. But if you look, a couple of these have been hit. Not this one, but there's like 4 of them on here that it looks like the framing here got bent on these Martin row cleaner. It's not these things are here fine, but it's the framing. Looks like you might have hit something at some point and bent them. I think there's 4 of them. because these right here, as you can see, this is perfectly down the middle of that one, and everything turns fine. But there's a couple of them where the framing is bent in and it's hitting. So we got up with John Deere and they said they're going to cover the 4 that's bent, because if not, all it's going to do is dig and drag. It's not going to, nothing's going to turn. So they were going to order them 4 so we could get that done. But all new Coulters. The openers were replaced last year, so they're still in really good shape. Like I said, closing wheels, they did give me all the bushings. The bushings were totally worn. I'll show you some of them right here. When I took them apart, they were broke. So they gave me all new bushings, and then there was a couple of them. See the groove that it's caused? So they were worn. So they did replace them, so I got all them in. Everything is ready to go. I took my brushes, my corn brushes out of our 1790 that I used to plant corn with. She's going to be a straight bean planter now. So they go in here. Right now he's got the bean brushes in, as you can tell. And here I'll show you a little bit of what the difference is on them. You can see the different ridges, sides for them. These right here are for the corn. And then you want more of a brush because your bean plates, I'll show you why I'm over here. Let's see, and if you don't know, these corn plates fit perfect in a 5-gallon bucket. 16 of them. So this is a corn plate. It just has the 1 row all the way around. And I will show you, this is a bean plate. See how many it has for beans, because you plant so many more beans, and they all fit in a perfect 5-gallon bucket. So my job now is to switch to corn brushes, put the corn brushes in it, take the bean brushes, the 16 rows, and put on the 16 rows, because I got 31 rows on the 1790. 31 rows on the 1790. But the other, was it 16, 15, 16, 15 rows I keep their bean stuff right in them, because they actually fold up out of the way when I was planting corn with her. But now she's going to be a straight bean planter, which I like. So they'll always be in there now. I won't have to change her over. These right here always be here. And I just got them corn brushes last year at the end of the season. So technically they're still pretty much brand new. So I will be swapping them out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I get them in, and then it's just up to John Deere to come down, hook all the hoses up, and take her outside and run some liquid through her. I guess we just test her with water at first, make sure everything's feeding right. And then we're gonna run her out in the field with the auto steer, make sure everything's lined up with her before we unhook her, because we don't have much manure spread. We might just use the 18335 to go over and just spread it, because it's not much. I can just piddle with that and leave this one right here hooked up. I don't know what we're gonna do yet. But the one thing I will say about these planters is they have so many hydraulic lines and hookup lines. I mean, anybody that's a farmer knows that with these new style planters. I mean, it's just so many hydraulic hoses you hook up. So it's a lot that goes in them. So yeah, not much else going on. I'm getting excited. It's getting closer and closer. I like to get rolling, but you know, we normally plan around April 15th, April 20th, somewhere around there. So it's just a waiting game, just getting everything ready. I did get the Peterbilt. I did get that Peterbilt and hopper wash. I was using her and she was quite dirty. So we did get got the pressure washer fixed, got all new stuff for it, new wands, new everything. It works great. So, yep, everything's done. So there's like that. And I like that. Very spiffy. Very creative, Lewis. Good job. Well, I got to put my brand on our equipment. Eastern Shore Farmer. Remember, like, subscribe, tell your friends.